Hey everyone, thank you for joining me here at the Chef Symbol. I'm here to show you a quick and easy recipe. Now, I'm not going to really tell you what it is. I'm just going to mention that it's something I call the Incredible Hulk. You'll see why in a bit, and I'll show you how easy it is to make something so delicious, so healthy, vegetarian on top of that, and something that you could use with the ingredients that you'll find in your grocery store that everybody's, I guess, seeming to avoid right now. So stick with me. I'll show you a crazy recipe that I've kind of taken from Jamie Oliver and I've put my twist and take on it. And I'll show you how it differentiates and also may even taste better. But Jamie, don't come after me. I've twisted it my way. Stick with me, guys. It's the Chef Symbol, the Incredible Hulk. Okay, so starting off with our Incredible Hulk, we want to get a couple of things ready right off the bat. Right off the bat, you want to get your garlic, put it into a tin-foiled encasing, and you're just going to drop a little bit of oil, some olive oil. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to roast our garlic, and what it's going to do is going to take our sharpness and our spice level of the garlic and actually bring it into a nice sweet concoction so that when we add it into the sauce, it's going to taste phenomenal. So when creating your parcel, just make sure it's all there. Bang. And that's how we're going to do it. We're going to throw this in the oven. Just keep an eye out on it, maybe about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and we'll check up on it. If it needs more, I'll let you guys know. Okay, so moving on, we're gonna grab some cabbage and we're just gonna cut this. You don't have to finely shred it, just into chunks. Like that. Let's grab another bunch. And you're good to just quarter it like that. Cool, I'm gonna toss this into my colander. Okay, so after tossing into my colander, I'm just gonna give it a wash. All right, and the next thing we're gonna add is our beautiful spinach. Now I got this in a box, so it's already pre-washed, so there's no need to pre-wash this or wash it again. So we got cabbage, we got spinach. I'm gonna have some cilantro. I know people are hit or miss on cilantro. I got some Serrano chilies. Now this part over here, this one is totally optional. You don't have to do this one. We got some salt, some black pepper, and some Portuguese extra virgin olive oil. Now lastly, what I have here is I have kale, and we're gonna pair that with the spinach and the cabbage and the cilantro. So what you wanna do with the kale is you wanna grab all your loose leaves, but make sure you're not bringing any stalk with you, because if you bring stalk, it's not gonna cut down when you put it into the blender. So we got a healthy amount of kale here, no pun intended. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna pair this up with the spinach and the cabbage, and we're gonna create a sauce out of it with the cilantro and also the Serrano chilies. So first, after getting the garlic into the oven, we're gonna bring a pot of water to boil because we're going to add in our pasta. And I recommend anything that is long, like fettuccine, spaghetti, not thin. You don't want to go with angel hair pasta because it's just not going to do too well. The pasta is going to clump and it's not going to create a desirable end product. So if you have something that's a little bit on the more spaghetti fettuccine side, you can definitely use that. Highly recommend it. So let's get our water boiling, and I'll be back and I'll show you what to do. So we got our water and pasta boiling right now. Essentially what I want to show you here is our bundle. So this is our garlic and oil bundle. And you can see the garlic has roasted extremely nicely. That's exactly what we want. So when we do garlic in this way, what happens is you break down the sugars inside the garlic, which now bring out a more sweeter, mellow taste, as opposed to something that is a little bit more aggressive and spicy and a little bit harsh. So highly recommend roast your garlic. If you don't have time to roast your garlic, no problem. You're gonna put it in some boiling water and pull it out in about 30 seconds, just so you take away some of that sharpness. Okay, now what we have here, we're gonna have another pot boiling on the side, and we're just gonna salt this. And we're gonna start boiling our vegetables, same spinach, cabbage, and kale in here, just to soften it before we put it in our blender. So I guess we'll put in our spinach first, because our spinach actually takes the quickest amount of time. We're just gonna do a quick blanch, so about 30 seconds. You don't have to give it a cold bath afterwards, because again, we're putting it in a blender and we're gonna blend this up. Okay, spinach is in the water, just give it a little turn. And just about 30 seconds, that's it. You'll know when, you'll notice, like when you put your tongs or your fork or whatever you're lifting it up with in the water and you notice that it's getting very wilted, that's the right temperature to take it out. And you can check, see what the boiling water does? It brings out its natural, beautiful green. It's very vibrant. So that's it. We're gonna take this out and into our blender. Right now I'm taking a look at the spinach. I don't think there's enough. I think I might actually just put some more spinach in. But in the meantime, since I'm gonna go and grab some more spinach, let's put our cabbage in. Now, as you'll be able to tell, you'll notice that our cabbage takes a little bit longer to boil down. So we can run that for a bit. Maybe I'd say about 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. We'll keep an eye out on it, but I'm gonna grab some more spinach. In the meantime, I'm gonna take this garlic over here and we're gonna add it to the blender. Why not? All right, so our cabbage is done. We're gonna take it out and we're gonna put it into the blender. Our kale, I think we're gonna do in 2 batches though. Just because we do have a big amount. Now I'm gonna show you the reason as to why we had to do our pasta first. So our pasta is done boiling. We already turned the stove off. We have our liquid gold, which is the starch from the pasta water, which we're gonna incorporate into our sauce. So from what I'm seeing, spinach takes about 45 seconds, maximum, maybe 30 seconds to cook down. Kale, second shortest, you're looking at maybe about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. And then lastly, cabbage. I think that's the one that takes the longest. You're looking at about 5 to 7 minutes for a cabbage to cook down. And again, you just want to make sure that you're doing it for your blender. You don't want too much stress on your blender's motor to blend all the ingredients together. And on top of that, you want something that's very nice, very thin, like a beautiful sauce. You don't want chunks of kale, chunks of cabbage in your sauce. It just doesn't make sense. I already have the garlic in there, so we're gonna add our Serrano Chili. We're gonna add our cilantro. Cool. And we're just gonna give it a pinch of salt to start. And some fresh black pepper. I do want to add some pasta water in here. I'd say 1/4 cup to about 1/2 cup, given how much we're using here. I just added in about a half a cup of pasta water. Pasta water is hot, so just be careful. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add in about a half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. Actually, I lied. Let's start off with a quarter cup. Damn, so that's how it looks. Oh, and if you could smell it, I mean, you could definitely just make it. Make it and you will be able to smell what I smell. So bear with me a few. I'm just gonna put more liquid in here and that's gonna be the pasta water. And we're gonna drop in just a bit more olive oil. All right, I'm just gonna taste it because probably gonna have to adjust it for salt. It's always better to undersalt because if you oversalt, not gonna be too happy. Here, have a first taste, guys. Enjoy. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's earthy. A slight sweetness with the cabbage. Definitely need some salt. More black pepper. This is what season and taste is. All right, so we're gonna bring in a serving of our noodles here. This is spaghetti. Two ladles just to start off with.
And we mix.
All right, if it looks a little dry to you, just add in maybe half a ladle here. So after we've tossed it, we're gonna do one more thing, and you guys know what this is. So we're gonna put a little bit of Parmesan on top. And you guys say when. I think that's enough. There you go, a little his and hers plate. I'm just gonna finish it off with a little bit more parm. And that's for the gram. So again, I wanted to bring you guys a simple dish, something that I personally call the Incredible Hulk. Not just because it's green, but I mean rightfully so. It's one of those superfoods. You got beautiful kale, you got spinach, you got cabbage, garlic. There's a lot of great healthy factors in this dish, and I know you guys see me put a bit of extra virgin olive oil. But keep in mind, I mean, this sauce probably makes a very, very good amount. So it's not that we're basically consuming a whole bunch of oil. But I highly, highly recommend give this one a try. I'm sure you guys are gonna love it. And it's just something that I kind of wanted to bring to you because right now I know there's a little bit of an issue out there in terms of grocery stores, you know, getting ingredients, stuff like that. So just something that's simple where you can just go for your vegetables. You can prepare a whole bunch of other stuff with kale, spinach, even cabbage, and pasta. But this is a nice alternate that if, you know, maybe if there's a couple ingredients that are coming down to the shelf life at home, right? It's just sitting there and you just don't want to waste it. This is a great alternative to put a whole bunch of vegetables into one pot, mix up your pasta, and enjoy a great meal. So I'm gonna take the first bite just because I am kind of hungry. I haven't had too much to eat, so enjoy it with me, guys. Oops. All right, bon appetit. First things first, the pasta al dente, to the teeth. Like, you get that nice chew, it's perfect. The sauce is not overpowering, overwhelming. It's just everything is mellow. It's humble. It's a great humble sauce. You're not gonna be like, oh yeah, I have a whole plate of vegetables on pasta. You're not gonna feel that way. Everything comes together so balanced and so well. It has a hint of earthiness. It has a hint of sweetness. The Parmesan gives it a nice nutty flavor. You'll notice that there is a bit of that nutty flavor in the background, just even without the Parmesan. And it's not like super overpoweringly salty or anything of that nature. It's one of the best balanced pastas you'll ever make. Guys, ladies, give this one a try, especially what's happening out there. You need this one to warm up your heart. I want everyone to stay safe. Please hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow up. Make sure you share this with your friends and family. Let them know that this is a great meal and this is a great channel for them to subscribe to. I really appreciate everybody who has and is giving me their support. Guys, stay safe. Make sure that you guys are washing your hands, sanitizing everything around you, and practice that social distancing. Fall down that YouTube rabbit hole. This is the chef symbol. I want to say thank you guys, everyone, and have a great one. Stay safe. Peace.